You all know, Sweetlifers, that I love tech of any sort, especially when it's plant tech. So I have been a huge supporter of different Kickstarters through the years. Some good, some bad, and some ugly. We won't talk about the weird ceramic planter that wouldn't take anything. No names. No names. Anyways, I'm excited because I've been waiting for this for about 6 months since they finally got their approval to go ahead. And anyways, it's funny because on here, on the customs thing, it says plant storage box. And I suppose in the true sense of everything, if you like absolutely 100% followed it, it kind of is a plant storage box, but just wait. And all right, so this is called the Totam Planter. And much like the other situations where you've seen where you get to grow herbs and lettuce and things like that, this is similar to that, only it's a little bit more compact. So Velta and I live in an apartment together, and it's just this two of us and Charlie. So this is something that's like perfect for us to grow a little bit of veggies every once in a while, harvest, and then grow them again. So yeah, I'm going to try and put this together. I can't say that I'll do it very quickly, but we'll try to do this. And I might read the instructions. Look at the instruction manual. Look at my life. I'm an engineer. We don't do instructions. Not meant for people who have EDS.
The world is not meant for people with EDS.
I know. We work around. We dislocate things every once in a while. So the great thing about this is that it's modular. So we can move things to make it more convenient for whatever space we're going to put it in. Also, if we decide not to grow everything, we don't have to. We can take a break on a few of them, take them down, wash them, get them ready for the next time we want to do a whole bunch of stuff. Unpack it all, have a look at it. It's like doing a puzzle. Once you see it all, it should make sense. So the reason why I like the idea of modular is because then anybody can have it in their house. It doesn't have to be a huge setup. Like there are other companies out there that are making larger setups that aren't necessarily suitable for folks who've got smaller families or smaller living spaces. There's one specific company that's going out of business right now, where all of this technology is basically like the hydroponics of it is based on that original system. So they're not reinventing the wheel, they're just doing things spatially different. So much packaging. So Sweetlifers who buy plants from me in the future, you might be getting it in a totem box. Okay. Where did that big huge instruction booklet go now? Alright. Fine. And okay, so this instruction booklet is almost engineer proof because it's in color. Alright, so first thing is the pump assembly, which I believe is this big thing here with a drawer in it. It's got more boxes in it. Cool. Okay, so this is where the water's gonna go. You can see it's got a pump and it's got a filter here so that if the water gets a little bit dirty and grungy, it won't be going up to the plants, and it just makes maintenance for this a lot easier because the more modular and the smaller it is, the harder it is to get in those spaces. So they've thought of that. Now, I'm going to take off the tape. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that right now, but I'm going to. Something else that I completely forgot was a feature is the fact that you can change the amount of water that's going to each one of the pods just by moving this little thing with a screwdriver. Convenient. So if you're making stuff that doesn't need as much water, if you're growing stuff that doesn't need as much water, the pump comes pre-installed in the tank. This is the standard configuration, but we can do it however we want with all of our little module. The vertical modules must always be installed at the top of each tower. Huzzah! Sometimes, Kristen. Whatever configuration you want, which is the cool part. And I got lots of things to mess around with. Okay. You have to have like superhuman non-EDS strength. Maybe it's a bit lower on the accessibility scale. Alright. It is kind of a little confused right now. I'm in an extra parts situation again. But that's one of those things that's like feedback. They like feedback. And a lot of people so a lot of people in these Kickstarter things, when they buy them, they think it's going to be perfect right out of the gate. That's not the point. The point is that you are literally getting the first run of these things. So there could be issues and there could be like things that you need to report back on. And I know that like there was one project where I got a whole new unit because I noticed a problem that like was a serious safety issue. And then they did a recall on them. But again, it's about letting people know what they need to improve on. And yeah, they do tons of testing, but sometimes it just takes having, scissors. Sometimes it takes just having another set of eyes that isn't like a part of the project. So it only took me about like an hour and a little bit to get together, not gonna lie. But it's because I was trying to figure it out and see how intuitive it was, just using the instructions, not going to their YouTube channel, that sort of thing. I just wanted to figure out if I could do it myself. And I did, I think. You put water in the base. Let me show you. You put water in the base. And there's a pump in here. And what happens is that the water will get pumped up and through to each one of these pods. So in these pods, you have these special cocoa coir type like substrates that will go, you'll pop them in, and it's great. This system is one of my favorite because it doesn't hamstring you to having to use their seed pods. You get to use and choose whatever you want. So these are just generic cocoa coir things that don't have seeds in them, and we can decide what to grow. So we can grow flowers, we can grow marigolds, we can grow lettuce, we can grow a whole bunch of different things. But can you imagine how much joy this could bring us in the winter when there's no flowers outside? Like, that to me is like one of the most exciting things about this, is that it's generic, so we can do whatever we want with them. Then all you're gonna do is you're gonna put the cap back on the right way, Kristen. The cap back on, and this is the space where your plant will grow out of. We've also got the grow lights here, and we've got two different tiers, anyways, they have telescopic lenses, they've got telescopic arms. I just haven't, I've got to tighten them and untighten them, and loosen them so I can get them to work. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill this with water. And then they give you 2 nutrient solutions. Now, these are apart because it keeps them stable for longer. So part A contains nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium, as well as things that contain EDTA with, I'll explain EDTA in just a second, with iron, manganese, copper, and zinc. And the reason why they attach them to EDTA is because EDTA is a surfactant. So it's like a soap. So they become dissolvable in water. And this one contains nitrogen and calcium oxide. So these 2 ingredients have to be separate from here in order for it to be able to be stable and stored for longer. So you're just going to fill these up with water. They're little pellets right now. And you're going to let them dissolve. And then you put 12 milliliters of each every single time you fill the tank. Now, I will probably think about cleaning out the tank every couple weeks or so, because with any nutrients, you can get the buildup of algae and things like that. And honestly, it just comes from your environment. So I would clean this out every couple weeks just so that you don't like mess with your plants that you're growing. So far seems pretty simple. This is where you grow the microgreens. This is like a bamboo, like felt type thing where you'll put the microgreens on and then the water will flow along the back of it so that this will always stay moist. And yeah, we can grow like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16 different types of lettuce if we wanted to. I don't know if that exists, but spinach, you know, we could even grow kale. And then just as an add-on, they gave us this little thing. It's got a reservoir in the bottom and it's got 2 more planting things. So this one, you just have to really make sure that you get the water up to the right level. But it has a floating indicator. So as soon as you see the green on the indicator, you know that you're, that you filled it up with enough water. So this one just sits standalone, no electric pump. And it looks complicated. But here's the cool thing, these layers come off. So each one of these is a distinct layer. You can build it up or put it down, take it down as far as you want in order to grow what you want. And then you can take off this other light. There's all sorts of things that you can do with this to make it work for your family. So we're gonna give it a try, and when we actually plant it, we'll let you know. Follow for more plant talk.